Hello, everyone, and welcome to Online Advantages. I'm Matt with Online Advantages San Jose SEO, and joining us for this Hangout, we have Brian Johnson from Mouse Mechanic. Brian, why don't you introduce yourself and talk about Mouse Mechanic for a second?
My name is Brian. I am the owner and creator of mousemechanic.com. We are an online source for website repairs and changes. That's really where our target is. So if there's anything you need from fixing outdated issues, updating text, images, stuff that's simple to technical, just we're a time saver, and we have technical staff that can help you with your website changes and repairs.
Great. Well, Brian, thanks for taking the time to join us this week. And our focus for this live Hangout, and by the way, welcome San Jose Chamber of Commerce members. We appreciate your time that you're spending with us. Our subject today is, what does the 2016 SEO landscape look like for San Jose and San Francisco Bay Area for that? So at Online Advantages, we spend a lot of time looking at current trends and zeroing in on how these trends will shape the future for San Jose digital marketing, as well as around the Bay Area. So Brian, you know this as well as I know, that Google typically has about 500 updates per year. So that's about 1.5 times each day. So how does a regular person keep up? Sometimes it's difficult for our profession to keep up, but one tool that we use is mozcast.com. Mozcast is a great kind of a weather forecasting SEO algorithm. So basically, if you notice that your website traffic dropped or increased and you're wondering what's going on, it's a great tool to use to kind of just see, okay, our website benefited this time from a Google update, or on the opposite. Hopefully they benefited. So we'll jump into our video blog here. And the number one thing for 2016 is keywords are not dead. They may be difficult to monitor with keyword rankings now, kind of section to local, national, and even micro local. Sometimes it is a bit difficult to keep up. You may have heard that keywords are dead on life support, but keywords are still the heart and soul of your online content, because these are how people find you. So most search engines, the queries consist of 3 to 5 words, such as San Jose water heater, San Jose plumber. So it's important to keep track of these words and where your website ranks for. So Brian, what do you have to share on that?
Yeah, so I tend to agree, right? So in our business, our side of the business, we focus on making sure websites are using best practices, right? And whether it's responsive, whether it's using a good user interface, and whether it's just constructed really well and secure. And the thing is we deal with a lot of folks. We get a lot of changes from people who come with the news blast of the day, from whether it's John Mueller over at Google Web Spam Team, or just other news out on the interwebs. And like point of fact, recently we heard a rumor that Google came out and said title tags don't matter anymore. And we just say it would make sense as a best practice to have a good solid title tag that would be certainly relevant to what you're trying to do. So you're absolutely right. It's impossible for it to be dead. But that being said, you're right. The changes are so numerous that, honestly, the average person can't be expected to keep up. I mean, they really need a professional like yourself who is doing nothing but studying those changes.
And one little tip that we can offer to people out there, when we create content for our clients and for ourselves, in the old days, which is a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, we would focus on the keyword. And we've kind of changed our philosophy to, when we create content, we want to go with what's our motivation here? What are we writing about? So we'll write about that. It could be a subject about a new furnace for a heating and HVAC company. So we create the content, and then we look for keyword opportunities afterwards. So most agencies do that, and that's something that we do, and we actually have really great results. And so that's something we recommend. Now, moving on to number 2, we've heard this 1,000 times, and we'll probably hear this 1,000 times this year, is content is still king. So just like keywords aren't going anywhere, content very much remains the key focus of 2016. How the content is presented is shifting from all text, all video, or all image to mixed media for optimum results. If I can give you a direct example, instead of maybe creating a couple little blogs a month and a video of something that's very not relevant for your business, our focus and the way we do things is we'll create a blog, and when we create that blog, we try to sync that to a video that's very relevant. So the idea behind that is, number one, if people visit our website and see the blog, they may visit the YouTube channel to learn more, and vice versa. So if they found the content via YouTube, the client or the person looking at the content may visit our website. So you're creating a really relevant, high click-through experience, and that seems to be working really well in the early part of this year. Brian, do you notice that too with some of your clients and your website repairs?
Yeah, actually, you and I talked about videos for the past, I mean, it's been close to 2 years now. You and I have been preaching the importance of local businesses to engage in videos. And now we're starting to see it. Now we're starting to see local businesses going, you know what, do we have a YouTube channel? And so we're getting folks going, hey, can we add on a YouTube channel? We just, like we have a blog, it makes sense we need a YouTube channel now. And, of course, they want that to look good. And so that's when they come to us to kind of set that up and make sure it looks good and it's configured right. And in many cases, what people are really wanting now is to be able to integrate their blog and their YouTube channel together. And so we've been able to help folks do that. So they just simply post their, video on YouTube and it can get pushed out to their blog. But yeah, I think video is one of the biggest things that businesses are in 2016 are finally getting on board at a local level and realizing it's important.
Well, appreciate that feedback, and it's everything you just said is 100% spot on. So the next one is user experience, or UX. Now, Brian, this is something that I often will ask you for help on because this is one of your field of expertise. So in the way that we're talking about user experience, basically this means having your site and your content optimized for maximum speed, result, and loading. Mobile and cross-platform sharing, employing mixed media, are all important elements of delivering the best possible user experience. One thing that is making headways in 2015 and certainly will in 2016 was click-through rate. And when people land on your website, not only having a low bounce rate, but actually clicking on your pages and spending some time. A lot of us think that that's a ranking factor for Google. If it isn't, it's certainly something very relevant to keep on top of. So when you're working on a website, what are some things that you help a client, number one, have a better user experience and also improve click-through rate?
Yeah, that comes down into a couple of different areas. One is page speed. A lot of folks, they want to have the biggest, boldest images of their product or service displayed on their website, but they don't realize it comes at a cost of slowing down a site because that image size, has to load. And most people know this, so they try to send a photo and post on their Facebook. If it's a high resolution photo, it seems to take forever to go through their phone. Well, whenever you go to a website, you're actually doing what's called calling that data from a server, and you're literally downloading those images. So optimizing for the page speed, but now it's getting in more along lines of really optimizing code, for make sure it's streamlining its processes. But the other side of it, so that's the one side most people know about, right? How to make a site run faster, how to make it more engaging. So, don't overly spam your own pages with everything under the sun, make it relevant to what they're looking for. But the other thing is, and this is something we're going to keep chiming on again and again, is website security. There was a study that recently came out that said 60% of web masters, web developers, people who are in the industry, don't even know that their site has been injected or hacked in some sort of way. And those injections may not seem like a big deal, but sometimes they can hatch over a long period of time, or sometimes it's more immediate, so those
and a better way to maybe call that for people that don't log into the website or update the website is basically you've been hacked, right?
Yeah, and the thing is the worst kind of hacks are the ones when they don't replace your homepage with the "you've been hacked" cover page, right? Because hackers that want to cause some damage don't want you to know they're there.
That's some good advice. And so 2016, keep on top of your web security, maybe even more so with with the way the internet is expanding every second, every minute, every hour, the way it is. So
Sure.
Jumping on to the next one, Google Console, or the Webmaster Tools Suite, basically is now called Google Console. So we always try to throw this one in here. We beat this one quite a bit just because, number one, it's free. It's a free resource to business owners. It's pretty simple to install. I know at Mouse Mechanic, you guys help out a lot of business owners. It doesn't take very long to install it. So maybe, Brian, real quick here, talk about how easy it is to install the code and how you can help out some people looking for a small web repair here.
So you're talking with integrating the Google Webmaster Tools with the website.
Correct.
Yeah, so really it's just a process of identifying with Google that you actually own the site, and that can be done with injecting a little piece of code into the site file, and then uploading. I mean, you're talking about 10-minute process. Really, it's really quick, and then it's just a matter of going and verifying that listing. And then once you do that, Google knows you're for real, and you then get presented your console dashboard.
And then a couple of days later, maybe a week later, you'll have some really good data that you can share with your team and kind of figure out what's working and what's not working. So the next one here, and we're got the last one here, which is don't forget about social and social marketing. So multimedia offerings that combine written content, video, and custom still pictures are all great, and it can help boost your social media marketing. However, what's really going on to count here is interaction between the actual the Facebook page, for example, and the users that like the page. So one example that we try to bring up is it's almost like link building. So when you outreach to potential vendors and partners that help your business out, and they share your content and comment on your content, a lot of times you'll get hidden sales and hidden inquiries that you might have never thought would have happened. And that's one way to build yourself organically with very little or no cost at all. So that's one thing that we do pretty good here. And I know at Mouse Mechanic, you guys help out people with social media all the time too.
Well, we do. It's funny you mentioned that lead you don't even know of. We've had people come to us and say, hey, can you see if something's wrong with our Facebook because we have someone running it and it's not really producing it? And they don't realize that they think they're going to get this either phone call or email or what have you, and don't realize that people who use Facebook tend to stay in the environment of Facebook, and so they don't even go and check their Facebook messages. When you're a business, it can be structured a little bit different than a personal account where it might come up on your instant messenger, whereas a business page, it'll come up under notifications and messages.
Right.
And so we've had people, almost every single person who's come to us with this has logged in where we told them to go and saw that they actually had one or two at least inquiries right through Facebook itself. It just, they don't think to check, so those are things that, you can set up notifications so it does come to your email. But yeah, what's interesting is what we've been doing with our websites and some clients is really integrating their website into their social media. So when they write a blog, it gets pushed out to all the various social channels. Because there's some people who just don't like it. Some people just don't like Facebook. Some people just don't like Twitter. But you got to do those things. And so we're able to help make their website more socially engaging.
Some great advice. Thank you, Brian. And we're going to be ending this live hangout here. But real quick, Super Bowl predictions. I'm going to say it. You've heard it here first. It's going to be 50-3. Carolina's going to run away with it like a freight train on turbocharged with nitrous oxide. So, Brian, any thoughts on Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, except for I might have to go to 77-3 Carolina because I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, I can respect that. So, in conclusion, so whatever your San Jose business has planned for 2016, Online Advantages knows this area, the people, and the nuances of digital marketing well enough to help you develop a strategy that really delivers. For more information, you can contact us here, Online Advantages, at info@onlineadvantages.net or www.onlineadvantages.net. Brian, any last thoughts? And let people know where they can contact you for web repairs and web maintenance and web design.
Sure. Right now, we're giving away what we call free cheddar, which is basically free time to try us out. So all you got to do is really user-friendly. We practice what we preach, and just go to mousemechanic.com, and you can go right through the process and enter your task you might need done and get some free cheddar.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time once again. We'll see you on the next live hangout. And everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Matt.